Okay, more boat stuff. Macerator pump is here, okay. I'm still trying to figure all this plumbing and everything out. Now, I've got two hoses that come in from the head, okay. I've got this guy right here with the through hull and the valve to shut the through hull. The little hose here, right? That goes through this bulkhead and goes to the head. And we'll pull fresh water, or seawater, we'll call it. We'll pull seawater into the toilet, into the head, to be able to flush. Then this large hose comes out from the head and goes directly into the holding tank, okay? Then there's all this other plumbing. Right here, you have a large hose at the bottom of the holding tank, goes to this valve, okay? There's a, I'm trying to get my headlamp to, it's dark in the boat because I keep it covered during the winter. So anyway, this is a valve back here you can't really see, but that valve right there, that valve handle, shuts this gray plastic valve off, or it switches it. So when the valve, I'm assuming, is in the top position, the waste would be drawn up through this hose, large hose. That large hose is right here going up to the deck for the pump out. Okay, so that makes sense. Now here's where things get tricky and possibly illegal. When you throw this lever for this valve, this gray valve here, into the other position, which I'm going to have to try and get over to the side of here in a moment and see if I can videotape what positions that valve shows on it. But when you throw the valve in the other position, then it will send the waste through this hose, which comes up to this macerator, and then this macerator will send the waste out the side through this hose here that comes down, and as you can see, exits the hull through a through hull in the bottom. So this boat, being a 1980, apparently, I don't know if it was originally plumbed this way or if a previous owner plumbed it to be able to pump out into the lake that you're sailing on. I'm thinking that's not legal. I mean, I know it's not legal to dump in an inland waterway. I'm seeing 3 miles offshore or 5 miles offshore. I don't know which one is the correct thing, but this boat will probably never be 5 miles from shore, so I don't think this boat needs to have the ability to pump out through the hull into the water that you are sailing on. So my job then is going to be to have this pump, or this hose, sends the waste into the waste tank, then this bottom hose pulls straight into, probably not the macerator, right? Because I don't think that's going to work. So this bottom hose should go straight to this hose out and to the pump out on the deck. None of that other plumbing should be necessary. What I may end up doing is pulling this macerator pump, making an attachment for it to attach to the deck pump out, and then making a portable pump out facility for just my boat, because there's no pump out at my marina, and using this macerator, if it still works, as the pump for that, and then buying like a 30-gallon poly barrel. They got them all over Facebook Marketplace for $20-$30, and just setting the plumbing up so that this has a quick disconnect to the deck pump out. I can hook it up, leave the barrel in the bed of my truck, and pump out to the barrel, and then take it to an RV dump station, and then I can continue to use my marine head and not have to worry about, pulling all of this mess out of there and putting in a porta potty or a cassette toilet that only holds 5 gallons, and then I can use it for a day and a half and it's full, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of the plan right now. This looks like a 17-ish gallon holding tank, which would be good for my wife, my 2 daughters, and I. We could probably do 4 to 7 days from what I'm reading about other folks' experience. So that's the deal. Plumbing. Let me know what you think about this whole capability. I was told that if the Coast Guard inspects, that's the neighbor cat visiting me on the boat there. I was told that the Coast Guard, if they inspect your boat, or anybody with authority over the marine environment upon which you sail, if they inspect your boat and it has even the capability of dumping into the water, then you're violating some rule or law somewhere. So I'm not sure about that. I'll have to look into it. Anyway, that's all.